Oh, maybe I'm not live. I am live. I don't know if I'm live. Trying to be live. There we go. Are we live now? Yay. I hope this is working. It looks like it's working. Okay. Well, good to see you, friends. How are you today? Like you can answer. Well, I'm super glad to be with you, and today I'm coming to you from outdoors at my house. Hi friends, I can see you logging in, popping on, but I can't see your names from all the way over here. So hi, all of my favorite people I'm sure are here. So come to your comfortable seat, and I'm coming to you from outdoors because I can. It's so nice. And who knows how long it's going to last in April in Indiana, right? So we may have sounds of cars going by, the garbage truck. There may be people cutting their grass, kids playing behind me, all those things, dogs barking. It's au natural. So move the flesh of your seat back, place your hands in your lap, and let's take a moment to just drop into our breath and arrive fully to this space where we are one across cyberspace. So first become one with your own mind, body, and breath by allowing your eyes to close. Dropping into the flow of breath. And noticing what's here now in the body. Any sensations that are calling your attention, just notice them. And then notice any sounds around you that are creating your soundtrack for today. Maybe first even beginning with the sounds inside your body. Maybe there's some stomach growling, or maybe the sound of your breath. The beating of your own heart. And then expand to take in the sounds in the room where you are. And then expand once more to take in the room beyond your immediate room, the whole building that you're in, maybe your whole house. See if you can hear beyond the walls of the room. And then expand to simply hear everything outside of the building. Maybe you can hear cars going by, birds chirping. Simply becoming mindful of all this life around us. And then draw your attention back in to your body, to your own breath. And gently draw your chin towards your chest. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, arms and gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Remember your intention. And on your next exhalation, let's come to hands and knees. So from your table pose, a little rock underneath my mat. Clear anything under your mat if you have any distractions there. From here, let's lift our right leg up behind us, up through the flat part of the foot, and then exhale, round the knee toward the nose, dropping head. Inhale, lift, look forward. Exhale, draw it in. So you can see this is a little bit, if you look at the shape of the spine in the two poses, a little like cat and cow, but we're just recruiting the effort of the right leg now. A couple more rounds with breath. And then pause and hold the leg high. Lengthening up through the crown of the head and up through the right foot. On your exhalation, let's straighten the right leg and turn the toes out to the side as we draw that right leg out to the side. And then exhale it back into the length of the body. On your inhalation, wind the toes around and bring it back, toes point down. Inhale, toes point to the right, and we wind the leg out toward parallel with the hip, and then draw it back in. Just one more. And the knee can come down. Decide, lift that left leg. Notice what's here. And then on your exhalation, knee toward nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Few more rounds, yoking to breath. One more. Hold that left foot high. And when you're ready, straighten the left leg out. Begin to turn the toes to the left and then bring the leg out to the spin it back. You can look as well toward the left as you bring it along. Couple more. One more. And wind it back in. Left knee to the ground. Rock your weight side to side. Toes turn under. Hands step forward 3 or 4 inches and we'll find downward dog. Releasing the weight of the head. Releasing the weight of the heels. Bend your right knee deeply. Inhale up high onto the tiptoes. Sink both heels. Bend the left knee deeply. Inhale up high onto the tiptoes and sink the heels. From here, send your right leg up into the sky, sink the left heel down, and we'll sweep the right foot up between the left knee comes to the ground. And we'll rise up in a low lunge, stretching the front of that left thigh. Reach up so we can stay straight up and down, or we can shift our heart upward. And on your exhalation, sweep the hands back to the ground. Feel really good to sink that left hand and reach the right hand to the sky for a little twist. And spin the right hand forward and down, stepping back to plank pose. From your plank pose, exhale, belly button towards spine, shift back to downward dog. Wag your tail side to side. And then inhale the left foot into the sky. Sink the right heel. And then exhale the left foot up between the hands, right knee to the ground. Rising up in that low lunge. Lift the heart. Shift the hips forward if you want a little more stretch in the front of that right thigh. Exhale, right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky, twisting toward the left thigh. Exhale, spin the left hand forward and down, lifting the right knee, step back the left foot to plank pose. So you guys are getting out of chaturanga right now because there's this little bug on my mat that I don't want to crush by lowering all the way down. So we're going to bend our knees and shift back to downward dog. He's a little worm. He probably needs to be helped to move on. Release all the weight of the head. You probably can't see him, but he's right there. He started out back here. Anyway, inhale up high onto the tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels. Inhale up high onto the tiptoes. Exhale, sink the heels. Now inhale your heels all the way over to the right. So you can drop your feet if that's not too much, and then press your torso back toward your standing thighs. And inhale back to center, and then the heels drop to the left. Such a great stretch for the right side body. And then inhale up high onto the tiptoes. From here, look up between the hands, step up or float to standing forward bend. Release the weight of your head and your arms and your shoulders. And smooth out the breath. Soften your knees as much as you need to. And now bend your knees deeply so that your torso can come to your thighs. Relax the weight of your head. Release your shoulders. Inhale, sweep fingertips along the ground, chair pose. Rooting into the feet. And when you're ready, press the air away, float hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum. Stand tall, remembering your intention. On your exhalation, let's sweep our fingertips along the ground for chair. And dive in, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. Pausing in your plank pose. This time, let's shift forward on our toes, lower halfway. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Release your heels down, down. Let go of the weight of the head. Root into the hands. And then on your next exhalation, we're going to send our right leg into the sky and sweep the right foot up between the hands, being careful. Our little wormy friend is right next to my foot now. He's about to leave, I think. He's headed this way. So from here, we're going to draw that left knee to the ground once more. Rise up. Hands come behind the head. We're going to accentuate this opportunity for back bend by pressing the head into the hands into the head, keeping the neck long. Lift up through your elbows and sink your hips forward. Press your head into the hands so that we can accentuate the back bend. And then on your exhalation, unwind the arms and sweep the hands to the ground. Stepping back to plank. From your plank pose, shift forward, lower half. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Left leg in the sky. Sink the right heel. And on your exhalation, left foot sweeps up between the hands. Right knee to the ground. Rising up in the low lunge. Once more, we'll clasp the hands behind the head. Lift the heart, pressing the head back. Hands press into the head. Elbows lift. On your next exhalation, unwind the arms. And sweep the hands back to the ground. Stepping back to plank. Lower half. Upward dog. Downward dog. From here, let's step our feet 3 inches closer, 3 or 4 inches closer. Pick up our right hand, bring it to the outside of the left hip and slide our right hand toward the left ankle for down dog twist. Release the weight of the head. One more breath. Step your right hand back, and now left hand comes right hip, and we slide that hand down toward the right ankle, down dog twist. Inhale, step the left hand back, and we can peek up between our hands, step, hop, or float up to standing forward bend. Release all the way to the head. Soften your knees a lot so torso and thighs come together. Wrap your arms around the backs of the knees. Press the knees into the arms and let go of the weight of the head. Press the knees in a little bit more, finding your edge. And on your inhalation, sweep up into chair pose. From our chair pose, this time right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand to low back. We'll sink into the twist. One more breath. Gaze downward, hands float down, straighten the legs, and inhale once more, chair. Sit down deep, left hand to the outside of the right leg, right hand to low back, roll the right shoulder open, and then sink the left elbow down toward our twist. Right hand comes to left. You can look downward or upward. You choose. Turn the gaze to the ground, set the hands down. One more time up into chair, and then we'll straighten the legs. Standing all the way up. Thumbs to sternum, remember your intention. And then on your next inhalation, let's reach the arms up above the head, clasp the hands behind the head, and we'll take this standing back bend. So press your head. Reach your hands into your head, elbows reach, and rooted in the feet, lengthen. And on your exhalation, we'll swan dive, standing forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands plant, we'll step back to plank. And from your plank pose, let's lower half. Upward dog, downward dog. On your next inhalation, right leg in the sky, sink the left heel, hold it high. Now let's sweep the right foot up between the hands. Root down, allowing the stretch in the front of this left thigh. So lengthen through the crown, really root into the feet. When you're ready, very rooted now, down into our feet. Let's rise up in crescent pose. Reaching the arms to the sky. Clasp, tuck, press, back bend if you like. Unwind. And sweep the hands back to the ground, left hand down, right hand up. Press into the left hand, push it toward the left a bit. Sweep the right hand down, plank. Shifting forward on the toes. Lowering half. Upward dog. Downward dog. Left leg reaches into the sky. Sink the right heel. Reach, reach, reach. And sweep the left foot up between the hands. Rooting down first by pressing into the feet. We can pull the floor apart between the feet to really ground down. We can rest our torso on our thigh to really root down. And then reach the heart forward so we get a little bit more stretch in the front of that right thigh. Rooted now in the feet, rising up in crescent. Soften the back knee if you need to. Clasp, tuck, press, and back bend. Explore your way in, always approaching these cues at about 2%, and then easing your way deeper. Unwind the arms. Exhale, sweep the hands back to the ground. Right hand plants, left hand in the sky. On your next exhalation, let's sweep the left hand back to the ground, stepping back to plank. From your plank pose, lower half, and then let's lower all the rest of the way. My little bug friend is gone, so we can use the mat. Reach the hands back alongside the hips and clasp right on top of the sacrum. Drag the knuckles toward the heels, lifting the front body, opening even more across the heart. Exhale, release. Tuck the chin in toward the chest. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Reach your hands back next to your hips. Lift up. Lift the legs. Roll the shoulders open. Locust pose. On your exhalation, lower down. Hands next to the chest. One more back bend, upward dog. And downward dog. On your next exhalation, let's raise our right leg into the sky. Sink the left heel and sweep the right foot up between the hands. Once more, staying on the ball of the left foot, rise up, shifting into our clasp, press, and back bend. Find your edge here, encouraging this length from the pubis to the forehead. And now we'll unwind the arms. Rising up, fingertips touch, spinning into warrior two. Easy does it. One more breath here. Now we'll turn our toes to face the long edge of the mat. Reach the hands around behind the back and clasp. Remember that pretend bowling ball. We'll let the hands sink down and the heart lift up. And take a big fold. Sink the hands to the ground. Plant your right hand in center. Lift your left hand to the sky, twisting to the left. One more breath. Sweep the left hand down to center. Right hand to the sky. Twisting to the right. Sweep the right hand down. Now we'll walk our hands back around the right foot. Step back to plank. Shift forward, lower half. Upward dog. And downward dog. Left leg in the sky. Draw it up between the hands. Rising in crescent. Staying yoked to breath. We'll clasp, tuck, press, explore our back bend inside of crescent pose. Sinking toward the 90-degree angle in the front knee. Pressing the head back, keeping a nice long neck so we don't collapse there. And when you're ready, unwind the arms. Slowly begin to rise up, fingertips touch. Wind the back heel down and come into Warrior Two. Be with the shape. Be with the pose in the body. Exhaling, straighten the front leg. Toes turn toward the long edge of the mat. And we'll reach the hands around behind the back. You can clasp your elbows. Hands in namaste, or once more the bowling ball action, right? So you guys decide which one feels best, and when you're ready, find your back bend, and take the fold. So releasing all the weight of the head. If your hands are in namaste, you can walk them up your back a little farther. Smooth breath. And on your next exhalation, we can release the hands to the ground and fold. Easy does it. Right hand in center, left hand in the sky. Allowing some time and space to be in these poses. And then exhaling, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Draw your right hand down, release the weight of the head. Allow the weight of the torso to hang in space. Press the hands down, lift halfway, and we'll walk the hands back around the left foot. From here, stepping back to plank. Let's lower halfway. Upward dog and downward dog. So from your downward facing dog, right leg in the sky. This time we'll bend the knee and stack the hip, sinking that left heel. straighten the right leg. Draw the right foot up between the hands and we'll heel and toe the right foot over to the left hand. Lay the shin down, lay the left knee down. Fingertips come to the ground and lengthen the arms to reach up through the crown. Right hand comes to center. Let's hitchhike our left hand around behind. This left foot may stay glued to the ground. It might not. See if it will lift. Take a hold with your left hand, rolling the shoulders toward the left. And then walk your right hand out to the outer edge of your right knee. Turn your torso back toward the short edge of the mat. You can stay here or maybe lift your right hand, lifting your heart up toward the hand. Exhale, right hand comes down, left leg releases, and keeping a nice long front body, we'll walk our hands forward. Slow motion to forearms. Slow motion, lowering down to your lowest point. So you may want to have your head resting on your two fists or in the backs of your hands or flat out, your choice. So in pigeon fold, we want to think every once in a while about dragging our knees toward each other to square the hips a little. So we stay in this part of the pose longer in order to create some new muscle memory, to release any tension stuck in this right hip. One more breath. And then press into your hands, lifting up. Going to sit into this right hip. Spin the left leg around in front. We'll plant the right foot on the ground. Set your left hand behind. Bring your right fingertips to your heart. And we're going to press into both feet, lift the hips. You can press all the way into the feet, lift the hips even more, and come into Wild Thing, extending that right arm if you like. Exhale, right hand back to the heart, sinking the hips down. Easy does it. Just wind the legs back behind and come into plank pose. Lower half, upward dog, and downward dog. Left leg in the sky, bend the knee and stack the hip. Exhale, straighten the leg. Draw the foot up between the hands and then heel and toe the left foot over toward the right hand. We lay the shin down and let this foot come around as far as it needs to be comfortable, no forcing. Right knee comes to the ground. We frame the left knee with the hands on each side of the mat. Lengthen through the crown and pause here. You can pick up your back knee slightly and roll it in, maybe a millimeter. And now that we've created a nice, long, stretched front body, let's left hand to center, right hand hitchhikes back. We can look back toward that right foot. Maybe it comes up. Maybe we take a hold. Allowing that right shoulder a moment to open. Turn the gaze back toward the front. Maybe stay right here. Or perhaps lift the left hand, reaching the heart toward the hand. And then spin the hand back to the ground. Unwind the back leg. Lengthen the front body and take the big fold. Easy does it. Coming down to the fold at your own pace. Two more breaths. And pressing into your hands, rising up, shifting into this left hip. Wind the right foot around in front. Stamp the left foot into the ground. And then the right hand comes behind. Root into the right hand. Roll the right shoulder open. Press into the hips. You can bring that left hand to your heart and draw it up. As you rise into Wild Thing, extending that left arm out if you like, or keeping it to touch the heart. Gazes down or up, your choice. Lift, lift, lift the hips. And then as you are ready, exhaling, sinking down, left hand back to the heart. We'll come to crisscross applesauce and both hands on the heart for a moment. Close your eyes. Notice the echoes of those poses in the body. Notice what the poses are offering to the body even now that you're out of them. Sensation or stretch or maybe building some strength. Just notice the sensations. And then when you are ready, let's wind down onto our backs. And lift the knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Nose toward knees. And then release the knees to the ground, or the feet to the ground. Let the arms rest alongside the hips. Let the shoulders sink. And just gently let the knees drop from right to left a few times. And now we'll pick up the hips and shift them to the right a few inches. Extend the legs up to the sky. So you can bend the knees if you need to, or straighten the legs, your choice. So from here, you can bring the arms out along the ground at shoulder height and draw the feet over to the left. Again, bend the knees if you need to, as you ease the feet into this revolved abdomen, sinking the right shoulder downward, smoothing out the breath. Couple more breaths here. From here, you can press into your left hand and lift the legs straight back up, or bend the knees and draw them into the chest. So once you've arrived at the top, place your feet on the floor and pick up your hips into center, and then shift them over to the left a few inches. Extend the legs upward and then extend the arms out wide. Again, you can take this with bent knees or straight legs, and then decide which way you're going to go and begin to bring the feet over to the right. Sinking the left shoulder. Easy does it. No forcing. soaking in this twist. One more breath. Gently draw the knees into the chest or keep the legs straight. And come back into center. Shift your hips back into center too. And let's take a happy baby. Hands down to the long edges of the feet. Let the thighs drop open and rock a little side to side, maybe. Let the hips become heavy, the sacrum become heavy toward the earth. Shoulders sink, the back of the neck lengthens. It's very easy for our chins to sort of jut forward because we're reaching toward our feet. So we want to lengthen the back of the neck, drawing the chin in slightly. Flex the feet and open the toes. Let your sacrum sink even more. And then, when you are ready, let's draw the soles of the feet together. Place the long edges of the feet along the ground. Coming into reclined cobbler's pose. Let the thighs drop open. Let the hands drop open. Begin to draw in the smoothest, deepest breath you've had all day. And sigh it out through the mouth. And then we'll draw in another smooth, even, slow breath. Hold for 2 counts. And exhale smooth and even and slow. Once more, inhale, smooth, even, slow. Pause for 2 counts. And exhale, smooth and slow. One more round of that same breath. Inhale slowly. Hold for 2 counts. And exhale slowly. Now you can draw the soles of the feet to the floor. Heel and toe the feet apart. Let the knees drop together if you have any tension in the low back. Or you can extend the legs out straight along the ground. And let the feet drop open. Draw the scapula slightly up under the body to give the heart a little lift. And return to breath. Each breath you draw in brings softness, brings ease, brings order on the cellular level. So see the breath moving through you, softening your face, your throat and your shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers. Breathing in, soften the chest and the solar plexus and the belly. Seeing the breath moving through the hips, the legs, the feet, and the toes. Surrender completely. Now gently begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Invite a smooth, deep breath. And sigh it out through the mouth. Bend your knees and place the soles of the feet on the ground. Roll to your side, using your bottom arm as a pillow, pausing for a moment. And drinking in gratitude, bringing it to mind for something that you're grateful for, and appreciate it deeply. Press into your top hand and rise up to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes for a breath. Once more noticing the echoes of this practice in your body. Gently draw your chin towards your chest and ease your eyes open. Inhale, arms and gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. So, to close our practice, we recognize the divine dwelling in ourselves and the divine dwelling in each other as we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. I'll put links in the comments for all the other yoga goodness coming at you from my end of the world. That Mother's Day yoga retreat's coming up. I would love to have you join me. It's an hour-and-a-half offering on May 9th. It's a Saturday at 9:30 to 11 via Zoom. There'll be a link to join me. Please do. Take extra care of yourself that weekend, or buy it for your mom, or maybe your sister, or anyone who you think could use an hour and a half of rest, self-massage, vinyasa, breath work. It's going to be a lovely time. So again, I thank you so much. Have a great couple of days. I'll see you back on Thursday. Hopefully this quality of this video was good. Otherwise, I'm going to try something else. Thank you again.